Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrod, and this is episode 8 of Let's Play Rule the Waves in Spain. Last time I was having some sort of a auto-clicker problem, which got me into a battle I really wasn't expecting or ready for. But here we are anyway. I have no idea what's going on in this battle. Looks like I have both my battleships. Got my cruisers out in the scout line, and then I have a light cruiser here, I guess in support role. Alright, spotted the enemy. I'm going to pull in these guys from the scout to support. And I'm going to move these guys from the armored cruisers. I'm going to move you to core. Right. Looks like the enemy has at least one battleship here. Now, I don't think this will go as well as the last time. Because right now, bad weather favors me greatly. So unless I can close in for torpedo attack, I really don't have much I can do against these two battleships. However, their supporting ships I can tear apart pretty regularly. Their fleet composition is kind of strange. It looks like just two battleships and a whole bunch of destroyers. Yeah. Indeed it is. Two battleships and a whole bunch of destroyers. So I'm going to get my cruisers here firing at the destroyers, which so far they are. Now I'll let my battleships fire at their battleships. I don't really expect to be able to do much to them, but if I sink enough of these destroyers, I can force the battleships to withdraw because they won't have support. Haven't really gotten any hits yet. And so far the Italians seem to be inclined to withdraw. I'll go to squad max. And I'm getting some hits. Where are these guys probably going? Looks like they're heading over here to Sardinia. Those last few radar battles we had must have really just decimated their cruiser forces if they don't have a single cruiser here in support of their battleships, just destroyers. Looks like I'm beginning to take the first group of destroyers here, which is kind of surprising. They'll probably be restricted in speed by trying to stay in formation with those battleships. Go ahead to continuous run here. Maybe the Impavideo class has been damaged. Alright, I'm going to order my battleships to... I'm going to order my battleships to fire on the destroyers as well. Alright. So one of the destroyers took a pretty good hit there. You guys firing yet? Yeah, good. Yeah, I don't want anybody shooting at those battleships. It's a waste of time. Destroyer division. Yes. Are you guys firing yet? Nothing. Alright. I'm going to change your to support. Well, screen. How about the screen? Yes. Okay, and move in. There we go. That's better. That's why they were behaving, you know, way out there. They were not participating in the battle, really. Comes a destroyer rush at us. It's a tactic that AI uses a lot. They'll kind of rush at you with destroyers and then turn away to try to get you to turn. It is somewhat effective, because you never know for sure if they launch torpedoes or not, so you've got to maneuver like they have, just in case. The continuous run here. This is just going to be a chase, basically. Hopefully I'll get to sink a few of these destroyers, but for the most part I'm just going to chase them across the map until they enter port. What are they doing here? And one thing about destroyers is they can't reload their torpedoes, so the longer the battle goes, the less dangerous destroyers become. Alright. Numika, drop down to 0. Alright, sink one destroyer. But one of my battleships took a pretty significant hit there, so let's check on her right now. Yeah, a lot of flooding. Numika 1 limits flooding. Alright, our flooding is under control. Lost both of my torpedo tubes. Alright, so I'm going to send the Numika up here to Palma to dock up. I'm going to have you go at cruise speed. Right now I think this would probably count as an Italian victory. I have sank one of their destroyers. The damage from the torpedo hit on Numika far outweighs the destroyer in terms of value. Here they come again with another destroyer rush or feint. Another destroyer feint. Looks like we got a couple more of their destroyers now. I gotta be careful though, because even though they are, slowed down, they can still launch torpedoes at me. And now they're all back into motion again. Not sure why they just stopped like that briefly. Maybe it was mechanical problems. I need to let my stokers rest. Just a few more minutes and I'll be able to go back up to squad max again with clean grates. There we go. This battle's essentially over right now. So I don't have nothing that can chase down these destroyers effectively. So it's just a matter of, running the chase to its conclusion. Maybe I should look at designing like a really fast light cruiser or something. Something with, 30 knots of speed, 5-inch guns. No, I can use to chase down a destroyer and sink it. I think that's the purpose of those 4-inch gun light cruisers that the AI likes to make. But in my experience, a 4-inch gun light cruiser just ineffective. More chasing. Maybe I got this Scott or class. Let me check on And Numika's doing okay. It's almost a Palma. Yeah, the Escato's a goner. Just a matter of putting in the killing blow without opening myself up to a torpedo attack. Yep, there goes the Escato. Alright, I'm gonna disengage at this point. Drop down to cruise speed, ultra fast. I think this will still come up as a loss. Because I think the torpedo hit that the Numika took will outweigh the loss of 3 destroyers. Let's find out. Yep, that's what I thought. Minor victory. Alright. And I have them blockaded now. And I no longer have the requirement to build any battleships. So I'm gonna build, let's see about building some forts. I mean, 11-inch coastal battery, that's okay. Area, Eastern Spain. That'll work. Under construction, yes. Well, let's go ahead and see about making a new light cruiser. Let's see what the game gives me. It gives me one of these 4-inchers. Yeah, clear turrets. Yes, okay. Yeah, but I don't want a 4-incher. Flat deck on top of built. Alright. Now, I want speed. I really want speed. There we go. Engine priority, speed. Accommodations normal. Range. I guess I could go with short range for this. Okay. I'm going to reduce my build to 2. Yeah, conning tower, turret top, secondaries. Okay. Now, let's see how big I have to make this thing to accommodate. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Yeah, I just don't have the technology right now to build that type of a light cruiser. So let's try instead for gunboat type of destroyer to sink enemy destroyers. Let's go DD. I can only build a 600-ton destroyer. Alright. I don't know if you can build a destroyer without torpedo tubes. Let's find out. Minesweeper. Alright, so I'm going to add one torpedo tube. Centerline swivel mount. There we go. All okay. Local only. So now this thing has 4 3-inch guns. See if we can bump it up to 4-inch guns. Too many main mounts. Alright, so yeah, so 3-inch guns it is. Try putting on 4 secondaries. All okay. Engine priority speed. I'll get one more knot out of it. Yes, but I can't get 2. Short range, perhaps? Yes. Alright. So this is short range with a speedy engine. Of course, since it's a destroyer, it will only fire control until I have secondary director technology. But this is kind of an anti-destroyer destroyer. Go ahead and increase its ammo. Alright, so check. Yep, that's fine. Save. Good. Yes. Alright, so just I'm gonna build, go ahead and build 10 of these. Okay, next turn. Yes! Here we go. So, I'm going to take both Sardinia and I can't pronounce that, but anyway, it's in the western, it's in West Africa, or East Africa, excuse me. So it's actually not that bad, gives us a nice forward base for deployment. Now this, it was a hard-fought war, but I do believe now that Spain has kind of vindicated itself after the humiliation it suffered in the Spanish-American War. You know, it has proven that it can be a significant power in the world still. Alright, Indian Ocean. Now we have a lot of colonies here. So this will actually work kind of well because now we can, you know, almost like if we can get a colony in West Africa, or if we can somehow, you know, seize control of Egypt, not very likely, but it is possible. That would allow us to have a continuous supply chain out here to Southeast Asia, which would be very beneficial for us. Germany have some colonies out here, there, Northeast Asia. And now, who do I want for a war target next? I mean, Germany wouldn't be bad. I could take their African holdings. That would give me the continuous supply line I want. But now, let's take a look at the fleet here. It's 1905, so nothing really needs to be rebuilt yet. I wonder how good my submarines are. I don't think they're very good yet. I'm gonna just build one to test it some. reliability. Okay, next turn. We're just going to burn through some turns here, letting stuff get built. New docks complete. Alright, 700-ton destroyers, very useful. No. Diving planes, that's good. Ah, yes. Excellent. Preheater. Buy all the technology I can get. Open design. So 11-inch guns. Man, I really wish we would have had this during the last war, because this thing here can actually take on those battleships from Italy that we were facing and having such a hard time with. Look at that, 9 inches of penetration. So since I can now penetrate 9 inches, which gives me the ability to actually sink battleships with my guns, it's time to change my ammo loadout. So we're going to go down to 80-20. 80% armor piercing, 20% high explosive. And we're going to start firing AP at short range and medium range. We'll still leave long range at high explosive. Eventually I'm going to go ahead and switch it here for short range on the medium calibers as well. Good. No. Save changes. Alright. Because now I can actually start penetrating the enemy. Oh, very good. I'm hoping for 12-inch guns. So what 12-inch guns would really do for me right now is it would allow me to build turreted fortresses on land, which are much better than, casements. Sure, have no intention of fighting Austria unless they somehow manage to get their hands on a few colonies. It's possible, not likely, but it is possible. Oh yes, superimposed X turret. Great. It's not as good as superimposed B turret, but it's still a great addition. Submarines. 3 more months on that. In this case, yes, because I'm not going to build any more of this class. Excellent idea. Make the agent a national hero. I don't really want to fight Italy again, but I can always do the extra budget for research. So let's check out our submarine. Alright, its reliability is 49%, which is sufficient. So, any one I'd build right now would be at least 54%. So I'm actually going to build a bunch of submarines now. Yeah, that'll be about right there. 3-inch guns, sure. That's a good one. Light cruiser armor configuration. Now, 3-inch guns, I use those for my destroyers, so having improved 3-inch guns there is actually somewhat decent. Now, do I want to scrap the Pneumaca and the Trident, or I think for now I'm just going to rebuild them. Because while they are, you know, old and kind of obsolete, they're still a major vessel in my Navy comparatively. So, open design for rebuild. Alright. But I can do central firing. 6 12-inch guns. I'm going to go ahead and bulge them for torpedo protection. Replace machinery. Wow! That didn't go as expected. Alright. So right now I'm 21. So what I can do is I can reduce my turret top to 2. That's good. Bulged. Central firing. That puts me 7 under. I can get rid of tertiary guns. Tertiary guns don't really do anything. Up my ammo to 150. Yep. Add mount. Forward. Okay. Add mount. Aft. Nope, that won't quite work. Well, maybe here. Yeah, that'll work. So this will rebuild the Pneumaca, make it more effective. I mean, it's still more of an armored cruiser than a battleship, but much better than what it was. Okay. Now the Trident. Open design for rebuild. Okay, I got a little bit more to work with here. So let's go central firing. Alright, once again, I can reduce turret top to 2 instead of 2.5. Now free up some space. Bulged for torpedo protection. 7-inch secondary guns. I'm going to go ahead and leave that, and, well, no, I'm going to drop it down to 6-inch secondary guns and remove the tertiary guns. Right, that gives me 428 more to work with. But at this point, I'm not sure if I can even use this much extra tonnage. Let's increase my ammo to 175. Alright. Add all the torpedoes. And I'm still short 200. So let's put some more secondaries on it. Okay. One more fire control position. Alright. So the Trident has made a nice improvement here. Let's check. Only in single mounts. Casements. Dang. Alright. So. I suppose I could just put in a whole bunch of tertiary guns to use up this extra tonnage. But I don't see much value in that. I can increase my secondary armor, perhaps. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, rebuild the trident. Good. Now, rebuild the Argonaute. There we go. That'll put both of these ships on the same reversion, so they'll be a lot easier to deal with in the future. I've got a couple of years before I have to rebuild anything else, really. Under construction. Good. Oh, torpedo protection. Excellent. Main battery wing turrets. Another good one. Alright. I'm going to expand the dock again. And things are going pretty well right now. I'm going to try... None. I'm going to put some intel on Great Britain and United States just to try to steal technology. Yeah, and sure, Germany too. I'd actually think I'd kind of like to fight Germany next. Which means I'm going to need a dreadnought here pretty soon. But I'm really waiting for some... Yes! Yes, this is an excellent idea. Perfect. Good. Oil firing. Yes, that would be a good addition. Now let me check, see if we even have oil available. And no, we don't. But we've got so many colonies around, there's a good chance of us getting the event to find oil. Alright, in 6 months I'm going to design a new dreadnought. Oh. Okay. Well. No, Italy, I don't want to fight you again. Steam turbines, yes. I'll take that technology. Alright, 4 more months till new dreadnought design. Back our ally unconditionally. Yeah, I'll sure you can have that. Yeah, I mean, you're friends now, France. You can have all the technology you want. Alright. Make the agent a national hero. Explosive sweeps. Okay. Now we need to look at possibly rebuilding some things. I've got to rebuild all these 200-ton minesweepers. Alright, so they're being rebuilt. Now I'm doing this slightly different. I'm doing a whole new class instead of just a rebuild. So this is going to be the Porconium 2. This way I can take advantages of the improvements in hull design, which I would not be able to do for just rebuilding the Porycons. Alright, and I really don't see anything I need to change right now. No 5-inch guns. Yeah, still same old 5-inch guns we've always had. So I've got 45 tons of leftover, which will be nice when I get secondary firing director. But now I need 5 of these. Now let's design a dreadnought. See what the game throws at us. Fernando the 7th. So it wants to do a battle cruiser. So what do we have here? This is actually somewhat close to what I want to do. I want to make a few changes to it, however. I'm going to up the tonnage to my maximum, 31,000. There we go, 31,000 tons. Torpedo defense. I'm going to increase armor to 12 inches. I'm going to remove the G turret. And see, port wings. G, starboard wing. And then cross deck fire. Check this out. Alright. Have to do a cut here. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, so add turret. So I need forward, aft, aft superimposed, G, and K. Nope. F. Alright. Fire control system, central firing. Right. Torpedo defense. Okay. So this gives me 10 11-inch guns. Not exactly the best, but it'll do. All the torpedoes. Okay, now let's see here. Deck can go down to 2. Deck extended can be raised to 2. Belt extended at 4 is okay. Turret tops, leave that at 2. There's no reason for it to be more than 2. This isn't going to be a long range ship. This is going to be a up close ship. Now 12 inches of armor is better than anything else that anybody else is running right now. Let's see, 25 knots. Alright, that's good. Let's see, up to 175 ammo. That's good. I wonder how many 6-inch guns I can stick on here. Let's try 18. All okay. Let's go for 20. Ship is slightly overweight. Alright, so 18 it is. So now 12 inches of belt, a speed of 25 knots, which is kind of what I want my dreadnoughts to do, because faster than 25 knots they won't be able to launch their torpedoes, and my dreadnoughts are intended to get in close. So, alright, 128. I really want to do something with this. Let's do a third fire control position. So can I? No, I can't do that. 11.5, nope. So 11-inch 11-inch turrets is the limit there. Conning tower? Let's bump the conning tower up to 12. Maybe not quite 12, about 11.5. Yeah, that works. Well, let's try 12 now. Okay, good. That works. So 12 inches of belt, 12 inches of conning tower. This ship is good right now, but it'll become obsolete pretty quickly. But I need some more dreadnoughts, or in this case a battlecruiser. This is not normally how I would design a battlecruiser. Normally with a battlecruiser, I would just do the 3 centerline turrets with a lot larger guns. I'd do less belt and more deck. And then I design my dreadnoughts the other way, with a whole bunch of small guns, lots and lots of belt, relatively light deck. I think for this point in time in the game, this is a functional ship. Alright. So, Fernando the 7th. And then you're going to get paused right away. While I work through some of the other stuff here in my build queue. Storage screen, yes. Send a battleship. Good. Oh, nice. So I have quality 0 9-inch guns now. Excellent. So, yep, things are looking good right now. Expanding my duck size. More accuracy. By all means, France, some of my new friends, they can have any technology they want. Let's get the docks expanding again. More budget, excellent. Sure, for 5 years, I'll play nice with the Americans for 5 years. Ooh, 4 centerline turrets, excellent. Torpedo aiming system, yes. Good. Oh yeah, 12-inch guns. Excellent. Of course, they land right after I decide, or dreadnought, but that's okay. Right now, since I haven't really put anything into it other than the initial investment, I could redesign the the 7th class. Alright, so that puts me 1,000 tons overweight. Now I can. That's 900 tons overweight. 500 tons overweight. So what can I do to shave off 500 tons? This would give me enough to penetrate 11.1 inches of armor. That's very tempting. So I need to shave off another 500 tons. Where can I take that from? I can go to... Yeah, low freeboard would probably do it. Now, low freeboard on battleships, has some interesting effects in the real world where instead of hitting your armor, you'd be more likely to get hit on your deck. Since you're closer to the waterline, there's less of a pendulum motion to your guns, so your guns are more accurate. But on the same token, you get more water and waves crashing over deck, which is kind of like where you had with situations with the USS Hood, or not the HMS Hood, excuse me. I did every Britain out there, where it had normal freeboard in the front half of the ship, but low freeboard in the back half of the ship. So that way it could still make good speed by having a high enough forecastle to push the bow wave off to each side, and then most of the guns were mounted in the rear. So on the lower part where there was less swing as the ship rolled in the seas. Let me check this here. 21 knots. Do I want this thing to drop down to 21 knots? I mean, it's a sufficient speed for this point of the game, but it's going to significantly limit me going forward. Let's go back to normal freeboard. Let's try a speed engine. That's close. Now for right now, I think I'm just going to stick with the existing design. Alright. See, I don't mind when tensions are in yellow. It's just when they start turning orange, it's a bit of a problem. Disarmament conference is being held in The Hague. Now, this is kind of going to be interesting here. There's a good chance that my guns will be smaller on the Fernando than what the treaty limits will oppose. But my displacement probably will be higher. But on the same token, this will force all my competitors. Let me see if I can open the almanac. Nope. Oh, view almanac. Good. Alright, now what's Germany doing here? Germany has 1 battlecruiser building. Alright, now England has appears that the people that would be most hurt by this would be me and probably France. So I'm going to keep up appearances of being reasonable, but don't agree to anything binding. Damn it! Fudge. Okay, so I guess we're going to build another ship, design another dreadnought. Alright, so let's see what the game wants to design. Emperor Carlos V. It's 22,000 tons, 24 knots. Alright. Now this has 1, 2, 3, 4, so 8 12-inch guns, and did cramped accommodations. Gotta have normal accommodations. I would do all kinds of other stuff before I do cramped accommodations. Alright, let's go ahead and reduce speed to 21 knots. Alright, and then do low freeboard. That gives me 1,500 tons. Alright. Clear turrets. Yes. Add turret. So we're going to do forward, aft, aft superimposed, and midships. This gives me the same 8 guns. Inches of belt extended 4, deck 2, deck extended 2, conning tower, need more, there we go, turret top 2, secondary is 6, alright, torpedo defense 1, get rid of these tertiary guns. 5-inch, okay. More ammo. $135 rounds of ammo. I can even do short range. Short range, low freeboard. .21 knots of speed. Up conning tower to 13 inches. Belt 13. Yes, that'll work. Turrets. No, can't do the turrets at 13. 12.5. Yes. So, all right. this ship has some severe limitations, but I do believe it will outclass anything else that outclass or match anything else that the other nations are going to be building. I'll turn off cross-deck fire. Okay. Emperor Carlos V. Once again, this is going to have to be paused. Yes. Excellent. 910 destroyers are very good destroyers. That's also another good acquisition because I like 10-inch guns for my secondaries on some of my larger ships, and they make good primary guns for heavy cruisers or armored cruisers. We're about to make the transition here from armored cruiser to heavy cruiser. Triple turrets, yes. Excellent. Once again, you know, it comes right after I design a battleship, but, you know, that's the nature of this time. Yes, we'll try to provoke a fight with Germany. Improve the needling. Okay. So. Alright, I believe it's time to resume construction. Yes. So, this should carry me through for quite a while. New docks complete. Royal Oak. 10 12-inch guns. See, now, I've got more armor. They've nominally got more guns, but with their side-by-side configuration, they can only bring the same number of guns to bear. And it's actually 1 knot slower than me. So I'm very pleased. Here we go. Maybe the charities could institute some kind of relief for the poor. Coastal submarines. All right. No. Well, okay. Eek. That was more than I was thinking it was going to be. Superimposed B turrets. Alright. Now a triple turret, superimposed B turrets. If it wasn't for this darn arms treaty, I could be making some incredible dreadnoughts right about now. Yeah, going to war with Great Britain will not be fun. But it might be inevitable at this point. So, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to... Because this surface fleet can't beat the British. What it might be able to do, however, is if I build a whole bunch of subs, I can submarine them to death. That would mean putting my battleship, my dreadnought, on hold to divert all resources to and I'm gonna have to put my dreadnought on hold, and then I'm gonna have to start rebuilding some of these ships that are getting old. Alright. You guys, you're gonna head to the Caribbean. Time to rebuild the Visima class 8-inch guns. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that right now. Central firing, good. I can remove these tertiary guns. No, I don't want to bulge the cruiser because I need the speed on the cruiser. Increase the main gun ammo. To 175. Add mounts. There we go. Alright, so my heavy cruisers are being rebuilt. Let's see about rebuilding these light cruisers. Central firing. More ammo. Yes, replace the secondaries. What can I do here to reduce? Alright, 125. I suppose that'll work. Alright, to Castilia. 5-inch guns. So, let's go to central firing. Add some more torpedoes. Alright, that'll work. Okay, well, I'm going to call this episode to a close here. Thank you very much for watching.